everyone. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is your weekly wrap-up. All right. So as everybody comes on in, please like and share. If you have not already subscribed to this channel and this broadcast here, please go subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time this channel goes live. And share this channel with your family and friends. If you are a critical thinker, and you know other critical thinkers, please share. We speak the truth here. We speak truth to power. I am just one of many new black media people, entities, beings in this space that we call life on these YouTube streets. So, we are here. Welcome. Let me see who all is here. All right, come on in, everybody. Queen Adia, Judah Queen, Conscious Outlaw, Viewer One, Shawana Stevens, Silent D, Listening While Working, absolutely. Kathy B, Esmont, Louise, welcome. Woke One, welcome. All right, everyone. All right. So, interesting week. Of course, you see the thumbnail. So primarily, I'm going to be talking about this situation that has happened here. Actually, let me get that banner off. So, kind of these stories are kind of relative. So we will be talking a bit about this. And Rosanna Morrison, welcome. Greetings, everyone. Hope this week has treated you well. Hope that you haven't had any major hiccups. As we know how, we had to go through this wicked, bizarro world. So many things get thrown at us as black folks. So here's another week of making it. Surviving this place we call the system of white supremacy. Because that's what this place is. So, if that offends you, you're going to hear a lot of that here. And you are welcome to stay. You could be respectful. I know I am an acquired taste. So, there are different things for different people. And right here, I am primarily for foundational black Americans, but also people across the diaspora and even our melanin deficient brothers and sisters around the world who may not have our pigment, but still carry our blood. So shout out to all of you. You know what I'm saying? Desmond Works, welcome. And Black First, everyone. So let's see what I want to hit first. Because we have a few things to talk about. I guess I will first talk about a story that kind of just surfaced about the police. And, this is something that is happening within our space. So because of us being so vocal, matter of fact, let me take that off. So because of what we're doing and being so vocal in our space, we are able to kind of create a conversation now that was not being had before. So people have to now really address like the things that we would say amongst ourselves are now becoming public. Y'all understand what I mean? So like beauty shop talk is public. Barber shop talk is public. Some of the talk that you may have in some of your meetings, coffee shop talk. Especially in my in my regard, anybody that remembers AJ's, you would remember where the black think tank of this area was. And again, it's funny. When you have black think tanks, that's something I've learned over the years. Sometimes moving in silence is better. However, let me tell you something. When you have something like that, although other black people may not be gravitating towards what you're doing, best believe the powers that be know you'll have a city truck rolling past every day, police with sirens, nowhere going, they're not going anywhere, roll past, fire truck roll past with the sirens blaring, top that off with an ambulance going nowhere with the sirens blaring, a bunch of cement trucks and dump trucks blowing through, and so they didn't want the black folks coming together and thinking. So with that being said, when we come together like that, they go on alert. And although, like I said, every black person out here may not be catching on because we are still kind of recovering from hating ourselves, due to the effects of slavery. But with that being said, something we have known as a community, and we have obviously known since long before the NWA days, but we could go back just that recent and say, the F the Police song told you what was happening from our perspective. So this article just recently came out, and these studies are now starting to surface that more than half of police killings in the U.S. are unreported in government data, study finds. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, they are monitoring all of these sites, everything we say. I mean, and truth be told, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I keep, me and one of my moderators had a conversation a while back, and I had to let them know. I know right now you may think that you're not, because you don't see things on the spectrum of how we normally say, okay, this is hot, this is moving, this person is getting listened to, or this person is being followed for this reason or that. No. The powers that be do not see you that way. No, they see you as just as much as a threat as who you support. So we have to always keep that mindset. So again, more than half of police killings in the U.S. are unreported in government data. That means that we absolutely have proof that these people have long known black folks are getting harmed with impunity by these race soldiers, and this doesn't happen by accident. So study finds, there's no study. If there ever needed to be a study for this needed to be back in 2016 when they admitted that the law enforcement had been infiltrated by white supremacist groups. So now we're actually going to say, let's double down on 20. So 5 years later, wait. Yeah, 5 years later. I mean, you're literally just saying, oh, well, hey, remember that what we told you back in 2016? Here's the results. So let me read what this article says. These people put it all in your face, and but you have to be willing to push back. Tanya Zion, greetings. Welcome. Everybody here on this Friday. All right. Okay, so let me get this. Man, what you say? We all. What was that? I gotta go back to see your comments, Silent D. We always in there. Thoughts mortgage. Ain't that the truth? Mm. Mortgage free. I know that's right. Always in their thoughts, mortgage free. And the sad thing is, we're minding our own black business. Minding our own business, black business. I know that's right. That's a fact. And we love minding our own business. You dig? So let me hear. More than half of police killings in the U.S. are not reported in official government data, and black Americans are most likely to experience fatal police violence, according to a new study released Thursday. Yeah, get that down there. I need to get me one of those roller mouses. Excuse me. Okay, so an estimated 55% of deaths from police violence in 1980 to 2018 were misclassified or unreported in official vital statistics reports, according to the peer-reviewed study by groups of more than 90 collaborators in the Lancet, one of the world's oldest and most renowned medical journals. Medical journals? Let's just think about that. So this is a study about deaths from 1980 to 2018 that were misclassified or unreported in official vital statistics reports. So there was 90 collaborators in this Lancet, one of the world's oldest and most renowned medical journals. So think of the people who were upset at Colin Kaepernick for kneeling. And I'll just give that as an example. What about, how all the other people were talking last year about how all of these people have no respect for the police. And now this year, we are already seeing the Democratic move to get black votes for nothing, again, for the 2024 election. Now, but family, let me tell you something. This is good in a sense because we have now set the stage for basically us again, like we had in this last election. We have the opportunity to say, hey, if you want to deal with us, you got to deal with us. Right now, they are looking to solidify all of these immigrants right in this country right now. And, you better be on alert that that's the move, because that's what's happening. However, with the whole thing going on at the border, and you know what? Let me see if this actually has. Let me get this one out of here, because I want to get you this other story. Hopefully NPR actually got some audio. Because they're unreporting. This says more than 17,000 deaths. More than 17,000 deaths caused by police have been misclassified since 1980. That's insane, man. That is insane. And that tells you, like what Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us. Ain't that the truth? Let me see. Is there any audio in this? Doesn't look like it. So this is from NPR. Let me see. Deaths involving police have been greatly undercounted in the United States, and African American people die in such encounters at 3 to 5 times the rate of whites. Imagine that. Now, we said that, no, it's white people that die too. Yeah, that's true, but at 3 to 5 rates of whites, according to the new analyst by the public health researchers. In an article published Thursday in the medical journal, the Lancet, researchers found that the deaths from police violence between 1980 and 2018 were misclassified by 55.5% in the United States National Vital Statistics System, which tracks information from death certificates. Quote, for most causes of death, the death certificate filled out by a physician is sort of the gold standard, quote unquote, says Chris Murray of the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington, who is one of the study's authors, but he says that in this area, the certificates seem to fall short. There was a pretty systematic under recording of police violence deaths. And, of course, we're seeing at the rate that it's being classified when it's us. So this is letting you know that when we do all of this talk about police reform, what are we reforming? Let's get down to them brass tacks. What are we actually reforming? At this point, if you know that you have white supremacists, groups that have and white nationalist groups that have infiltrated your ranks, then what are we looking at? Because let's be clear, it's not just when we see law enforcement, we just think police. No, them are your DAs and these little counties and whatnot. Think all these little rural counties, like in my state, to which I'll be referring to by the end of this broadcast. And we will be getting into Oregon's ass today. Because again, remember, up here in Portland, they know this is the urban epicenter of the state, so they hid one from us up here. We had to find out national news what's going on here. So anyway, we're dealing with, 17,000, man. That's the number. Don't you think there should be a considerable effort on Joe Biden's part to put a law in place, or the Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP, the Urban League, the National Action Network, all of these different individuals? Doesn't it seem to you that they probably should be stepping up? Now, maybe I'm missing something here. Nobody, the AOCs, the squad, Black Lives Matter even. Nobody. It's interesting. 17,000. That lets you know, man, that's a killing squad. That's an execution squad. That's an executioner squad. And they're telling you respect executioner squads. Well, anything right now that Americans in American society, and I do mean the dominant society when I say that, anything they're pushing right now, you basically just got to write that off as a hypocritical talking point. For instance, with the liberals and the immigrants, Joe Biden came out, because I believe it's October right now. This is October 1st. So I believe that, so what I played y'all the other day with Joe Biden big up in Hispanic Heritage Month, I believe that starts today. So he was early when it came down to that. You couldn't get him to say nothing about Black History Month until the last week of February. And that's our president. And these folks is going to sit up here and tell you that you really need to still keep dealing with the Democrats. And truth be told, the only reason why any of these talking heads are going to have to do that is because they want to hold on to their spots. But shoot, pretty much they're going to see, all the bootlicks are about to see that what's coming down the pike for them is going to be the same thing that's happening to all of those first responders who were being so greatly celebrated last year, this time, who are now out of work. You were so good, first responders, well, we got to do it. Yep. Oh, well, you won't take this now? Well, back to the unemployment line you go. Thanks for your service for the last 20, 30 years. I'm telling you, these people have no morals, man. They don't give a damn about no one. People don't matter to them. Can't stress that enough. Sugar Jones, welcome. Yeah, you know, it's hard for people to ingest, to see like these people are that evil, but damn, you better come on, man. These people don't give a damn. You understand me? At all. Let's see. So this, oh, you know what? Man, I'm surprised ain't nobody said nothing, man. Got me slipping here. It's Friday. Ain't nobody said nothing in the chat. Y'all slipping. We up here. We already rolling, boy. Well, you know, better late than never, ain't it? Always better late than never. This is the weekly wrap-up.
Tick faster, that'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter, a gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords, and they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Alrighty. Hooey. So, looks like we have another situation with the people at the border. They're getting a pleasant surprise, as well as a lot of the people who, you know, across the diaspora, who look at coming here to the States as a come up, you know, to leave where they're actually getting, you know, a place of residency, which, like, we are American citizens, but we are here under a different condition. These people are literally leaving where they came from, that they at one time liberated themselves. Like, that's a big accomplishment. And then just to be able to come here, like, damn, that colonization thing is a beast. That is a beast. So with that being said, some people thought that it was going to be all gravy. We're going to come over here and Biden is opening the border to all the immigrants. Not really. Like I said the other day on my podcast, Joe Biden only cares about non-black immigrants. Oh, so there you go. U.S. appeals court sides with Biden, allows border expulsion of families to continue. So that means that Biden is on board with getting these people up out of here, okay? A U.S. appeals court ruled on Thursday that the Biden administration can continue expelling migrant families caught crossing the U.S.-Mexico border under a COVID-19 pandemic order, while a lawsuit challenging the challenging the policy proceeds. Well, that's pretty interesting. Why are they using that option now? We've been under an emergency, state of emergency since like March of 2020. They didn't get all them people out to put it in. You see how that works? Y'all see how that works? Oh, no, he never gave up his card. Oh, Queen of Dip. You already know. No, he ain't never gave up his card. That's one thing that people can't seem to understand. You know, they just can't understand. They want that leopard to change its spots. Some people have bought into the idea that can be done. When it happens, present them. And let us put them to the test with a line of questions. Not the soft shoe, them questioning each other talk. No, let us as thorough black individuals interview anyone who says, oh yes, I have changed, I've turned I've turned the cheek, man, please. But yeah, nonetheless, we are in a situation where, for y'all who follow me for a while, they have figured out to make the Democratic Party for black folks God. So it's part of the religion. So instead of focusing everything on Jesus, you literally have the church pushing you towards the government. That's how that system works. But it's a system of control. So that's what religion is. So when you're talking about organized religion, it's just an organized system of control. When push comes to shove and things get too funky, guess what happens? Even our own government falls under the leadership of the Pope. So this is one thing that I don't even understand. I think a lot of people know. The Pope is actually the end-all, be-all for all religious situations on the planet. So for your black churches in America, oh yeah, he still sets the decree. They can't veer off like that. A lot of people don't know that. But that's how it works. Let's see. The order known as Title 42 was issued on March 2020 by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention under former President Donald Trump, which cited the need to limit the spread of the coronavirus. A federal judge ruled on September 16th that the policy could not be applied to families, but the administration of President Joe Biden appealed the ruling. Come on, man. Now, okay, now how many of y'all in the time when we're saying no tangibles, no vote, Ice Cube talking to Donald Trump, right? You got all these people talking about how we so stupid. They going on their little programs. They hopping on comment boards talking crazy, right? I'm talking absolutely nuts. But now, I mean, man, what do you think about him calling places shithole countries, man? Seems like he don't have no problem sending the whole damn family back to it, as long as they got black skin. So what did you care about Donald Trump saying it? That's what I would want to know, because he don't care. Okay, so, man, do you really condone that, Donald Trump has said racist things? Tell me what he said about black Americans. Oh, man, you know what he said? Y'all built this country. Have you ever heard that from Joe Biden? And I'm not camping for either one of these white men. But what I can do is tell you the truth about what I see and I know. So if you're going to call one a racist, you better call both of them a racist. What's wrong with you? Acting like you separating one from the other. Then, after that, you prove that they both equally as racist. Well, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. This whole Biden thing has exposed a lot. Like that. Do you realize he hasn't even made it to the date of him actually even being elected yet? He was elected November 3rd of last year. So he took office in January. So this disaster has only been since January. And he ain't even made it to November 3rd. Hey, son. You know what I'm saying? So, man. These are things that, how are you going to clean this up for 2024? Yeah, don't go that way.
No, let me. What do you need? The wipes.
No, right there. So, let me see. Let me go back here. So, you know, in seeing his quick flip, I want to know how they're going to push him down our throats 2024. But even more so, this is the cold part about it. The people who have to convince us to fool with Joe Biden have to now themselves make it past 2022. They're in between a rock and a hard place. And don't you let these boule Negroes let you take your foot off of their neck. Because that's where we stand, black folks. Do y'all understand me? Time of exercising your leverage is now. Oh, man. Thanks, man. Like the hat? Yes, sir. You know, I got this for... actually, it was a show. It was a show, and the party was about brims. So, you know, I said, okay, well, yeah, let me go ahead. Go get me another one. I need to grab me some more of these. Matter of fact, I just don't wear hats that often. So, you know, since I've grown my hair out, I really don't wear a lot of hats. So I don't think my children can wear them either. Once I started growing my hair out, they grew their hair out. And, yeah, we are all the natural blowout family. You know, although my wife, she got braids right now. But you already know, no chemicals over here. You dig? Let's see. In his original ruling against the Biden administration, Judge Emmett Sullivan of the United States District Court for the District of Columbia wrote that the public health law, the Title 42 policy, is based on, does not authorize the expulsion of migrants. Expelling asylum seekers denies them opportunity to seek humanitarian benefits. They are entitled to under immigration law. Wait a minute. So these people are actually entitled to some certain humanitarian benefits under the immigration law that exists now, that he wrote. How are black Biden supporters going to clean this up, man? Y'all, the immigrants and the immigrants. No, he showed you which immigrants that he wants, and it ain't gonna be the black ones. So all of your cousins in the islands got to stay where they at. And if y'all haven't been paying attention, they're making a media shift while they're rolling these Negroes out. All of a sudden, we're hearing about Ecuador and people dying in the prison in Ecuador. What you think's coming next? Because did you ever hear about anything going on in Haiti? No, you knew about Haiti's issues because them folks showed up. But this is news. Oh, man, there's a tragedy down in the prison They're killing people in the prison down there. More Democratic voters on their way here, folks. See, all of a sudden your city's going to be talking about, we're offering asylum to all these people. They need to come here for safety reasons. Now, notice, I'm in an asylum city. Somebody who came out their mouth real quick for these Afghan refugees. Come on over here. We putting you up here. Matter of fact, we got more coming this week. So, you know, hey, here we go. So we've been fighting the Taliban for 21 years, but let's bring them on home with us. And place them in the urban areas. Let's not place them in the rural areas where all the rural Dixie flag flying Americans are. No. Let's stick them in the hood. Let's give them a business loan too. You know what we'll do as the United States government is we'll actually set these people up in some of these areas and make these Koreans do business with them. So then we can go ahead and set them up on kind of cutting in on these rural areas on the profits of, black hair care products. Y'all better understand how these people think against you. See, this is what I'm saying. When we are talking about the powers that be, everything in their agenda is about how do they do something against you. You see what I mean? Those benefits under Clinton. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, if one would kind of be on the conspiracy theory tip, you probably could not help but notice the timing of Haiti's whole debacle. And then all of these people are coming here. You know, they also found on that border, they found a cooler full of fentanyl. Now, if you truly believe that the people with that fentanyl were coming from Haiti, you were out of your damn mind. No, that was just a trafficker hiding in the midst of them. And remember, what did the border soldiers do? The border soldiers put the Hispanic migrants on different buses and took them to a different location. So ain't no telling what was coming across the border with that. You know what I mean? Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, viewer one. You know, this is the Prime Time Friday show, so I'm able to get all my moderators in the house tonight. You know what I'm saying? I like the Friday joint, and I see. Thank you for all the people who have been tuning into the midweek report and the weekly wrap ups. Because y'all been hanging out, because I know these are the longer videos, the longer broadcasts, and for Wednesday, shout out to y'all. You look at the time retention, y'all was with me for almost and I'm on an average, so that means most of you were here for the entire broadcast. So I appreciate all y'all. For giving me that little piece of your time, and I hope I didn't disappoint. So I appreciate that time being given and shared with me. Blessings be under you. And also before I switch subjects, so these migrants that are being sent back. Of course, we know why. Now, what's funny is they keep trying to throw a few pictures in here with some Latinos. But understand, them Latinos, every time they show the pictures of the Latinos or the Hispanics that they got, they're always like, look at this. They're always in America. These people aren't on the other side. Look at that. Like that's not Mexico. So they didn't even let them black folks, like, you couldn't even rest your head over here. Nah, we got a place over here. And then you got people were already implying that they would be sending immigrants to Gitmo. Well, there is nothing more now to speculate about that. The beds are set up. The pictures have already been seen. They sent them folks to Guantanamo Bay. But you so caring about immigrants? Immigrants are the way of the future? You sure ain't showing much. But they got that bill passed though, didn't they? Didn't I tell you? And they also trying on the brink of getting that infrastructure deal. But see, the government, we ain't gonna say, they figured it out, didn't they? Yeah, both sides needed some insurance. We ain't gonna be flooding the zone with these niggas, ain't we? Oh no, well, how do we know? You get your money when they gone. You see how two wings of the same bird operate? So anybody saying, well, you gotta pick the lesser of two evils. No. That's broken down slave talk. And I'm sorry, I cannot subjugate myself to that low, downtrodden, shucking and jiving, broken slave that just says, well, we just got to just do what we need to do and keep our head down. And maybe nobody give us any problems because I don't really start any trouble. So when but see, this is the other part of it. When those same spirited individuals will turn right around and be like, oh man, what that dude doing over there? That nigga over there, he must be nefarious, boy. I do this, I do that. I'll tell you what, MF'er, now hop on your page and go crazy. No, it's good trouble. One who cares. Thank you very much. Oh Lord, don't get in good trouble. Because see, when you get in good trouble, then you have to come back to the white man and tell him,
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
See, they get all of their individuals just like that. That's how they tame them all. You understand what I'm saying? But see, now why? It's like some of these Zaddy appreciation rooms, and then Zaddy go upside their nutty ass head, and the black man is worse than a dog. The black man is the white supremacists of the black community. And then that white man, and then she come back just like that.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
There's one up there that says she ain't gonna fall back into no black man worship or anything like that because I've been there now, but I just had to play that video like, Ma! And then she just had to turn around and just play it off. But, that's pride. But pride is going before the fall. And sometimes, saying, hey man, all of this black man hating that I've been doing, I was wrong. It ain't nothing wrong. Maybe we'll all do, lend a semi-sympathetic ear to see if your apologies are somewhat sympathetic. It has to be this dramatic, though.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Oh, Lord, we just having some fun here. Again, thank you for hanging out with me. We are just, this is the first hour. The weekly wrap-up. We have much more to talk about. And, we're going to keep it popping and keep it rolling. And as we do here on the Friday, we have these nice little interludes and breaks. And right now, we're going to take one.
Giving off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Alrighty. So, it's something that I read. So with all of this these border problems that they're having, with you've seen the police on the border whipping the Haitian migrants. They're not whips. No. Whatever he was holding, he was using as a whip, so we could just deal with that like that. But they have now issued to the Border Patrol that they now have to get the jab. We'll be fired. So, who on earth would think that lessening your forces makes sense? That's why. But if you understand, another phase of the game is if you're dismantling currency at the same time that you're doing that, you're also dismantling law enforcement and the army. What's the song called? If you found it, Roxy, can you put it in the chat, please? But yes, it's like I said, that's Chris Scholler, Mad Villain featuring MF Doom. Yes, indeed. Holding the whip and then tell us it's not a whip. Yeah, well, that's what they'll do now. But think of how many people can act like they don't see what they see. We saw Joe Biden talking crazy to a bunch of grown black folks, and none of them said nothing. Turned around, Al Sharpton's like, yeah, he was really receptive to our points. And we'll just take that. Oh, okay, well, cool. We just watched him like chastise you like children, but cool. So we're at a time where people are they're basically cool with being living in deception. You know what I mean? And it's, well, again, that's where this place, all good things come to an end, family. And so for all these people of that ilk, like I say, go party it up like it's 1999, because it is. But here's something I wanted to go into, and you see on the screen that that COVID is killing rural Americans at twice the rate of people in urban areas. Dang, when they say urban areas, I wonder what that means. Can you, what y'all think urban areas mean? Urban areas, stop. Yeah, we got it. Let me see if this is it. So let me read this real quick because I don't believe this video here is attached to this. So this is an article written by Lauren Weber, Kaiser Health. Oh. Nope. Okay. So rural Americans are dying of stupid 19 at more than twice the rate of their urban counterparts. Hello. A divide that health experts say is likely to widen as access to medical care shrinks for the population that tends to be older, sicker, heavier, poorer, and less jabinated. Really? Inner city black and Latino. Man, don't you know? Urban is black. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where we live, what who cares? Right, wherever we at is the urban area. Shit, ain't that the truth? You live in the middle class and all the houses are the $500,000. Oh, you still in the urban area. Right, you the queen. Oh, Lord. Let's see. While the initial surge of stupid 19 deaths skipped over much of the rural America, where roughly 15% of Americans live, non-metropolitan mortality rates quickly started to outpace those of metropolitan areas as the virus spread nationwide before the venom became available, according to the data from Rural Policies Research Institute. Interesting. Since the pandemic began, about 1 in 434 rural Americans have died from stupid 19, compared with roughly 1 in 513 urban Americans. Let me read that again. Okay, yeah, I got to read that again. Okay. So since the pandemic began, about 1 in 434 rural Americans have died from stupid 19, compared with roughly 1 in 513 urban Americans. The Institute's data shows, and though venoms have reduced overall stupid 19 death rates since the winter peak, rural mortality rates are now more than double of that of urban ones at an accelerating rate. Oh, goodness. Accelerating. You know, this really begs to ask the question, because considering how we don't live in rural areas as black folks, you know, Chris Scholar, yes indeed. You know, we're not in those rural areas like that. So for their numbers to be up, those are primarily dominant society. Definitely not the more melanated environment. That much would be clear. Let's see. In rural northeastern Texas, Titus Regional Medical Center CEO Terry Scoggins is grappling with a 39% venomization rate in his community. Excuse me. Let's see. 11 patients died of stupid 19 in the first half of September at his hospital in Mount Pleasant. Damn. Makes sense. Is this today? Oh yeah, okay, so this was yesterday. Wow. So this being And that's more of a reasonable number. Because every time I've heard all of these other numbers, they're like, oh man, 202,000 and 220,000 billion people got it and they're dead. But nobody's attorney. Like, well, shoot, where are all these people that is dying? Like, I've only known of one person who was already in bad health to pass away from that. Let's see. At this hospital in Mount Pleasant, the population is 16,000. Typically, 3 or 4 non-hospice patients die there in a whole month. That's pretty interesting. So, it's showing that what we already knew about that Neanderthal DNA is that this sickness, is a little more potent with a certain group of people that subsequently lack melanin. Go figure. Oh. Goodness. So let me see. There is something else I want to touch on too. Real quick, let me just read to you this headline here because I think a few of us may have tweeted this news story out yesterday. I know Professor Black Truth did about this German police arrest 96-year-old Nazi suspect who tried to skip court. The woman, a former secretary in a concentration camp, now facing more than 11,000 counts of accessory to murder, failed to show up for a court appearance on Thursday. So she is 96 years old. A 96-year-old white woman. Granny. Gertrude over here skipping court. Gertrude doing the race. Right, you the queen. Those unhealthy, uncivilized mutts. Cold with it. Oh man. Yeah, the Germans don't play that shite. So yeah, they went and got this old woman. But what does that say? If this is a Nazi, right? Well, think about when people were getting lynched in the 50s and 60s. Them people still around? Man, I posted a picture, which is in my intro, to never forget, when I'm showing you these children. When I initially posted it, do you know that there were people who had some problems with that? Saying, hey, why do you have to show that picture? I mean, man, that's racist that I'm showing. These are little children of the Klan at a lynching of a black man. But you're trying to say me showing these little kids and asking a question, where are they today, is somehow being harmful to them? That's that thing that these demons try to use about CRT, which, that shit ain't ours anyway. We're just dealing with history, and we're dealing with the true history. So if anything, we could talk about truthology, because we don't have a theory over here about what racism is at all. This is a country that literally made up the term white supremacy. So I don't need to hear nothing from them. They can keep all of that. Y'all heard the other part about Corey. Did y'all hear about Corey Bush? I guess she, shares her abortion story. With that whole thing, we're coming to a point to where hypocrisy is being exposed for what it is. So the person who would tell you that you need to go run and get venomized, and yeah, I support a mandate or something like that, you know, that same person is saying a woman should have the right to choose. All I'm saying is, damn, what a hypocrite. Ain't that fair to call that what it is? I mean, damn. Yes, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Oh, thank you, Rosanna. Because it should not be wrong to call that what it is. Let's see. Okay. This is the other part I wanted to show you. Come on now. Refugee groups race to find housing for 53,000 Afghan evacuees. Now, I just read you the article about Biden kicking all of these Haitian migrants out, right? Refugee groups. So these people, and when you hear about refugee groups, don't get it twisted. This isn't independent of the government. The government are funding these groups to do this. So our money. Now, see, now how many black folks in America have family trying to come over here? Miss me with all of that. Yeah, miss me with all of that. See, that's how they do people, man. So let's see. On here, boy, there's no videos for none of these stories today. So what does this say? Refugee resettlement agencies are racing to find housing for approximately 53,000 Afghans on military bases in the United States who will eventually be resettled in the country. But the groups are facing a strained and expensive housing market. I'm hearing the word. I'm hearing the wording that substantiates handouts for these people in the future. Let me read a little more. By the end of this, we shall hear they're like, this is a plea for money. Notice how when they talk about every other group, they get right to the money. Ain't no, we got to do a study about this. No, they talk about expensive. Expensive is immediately alluding to finance. Another form of gentrification. You better know it, Silent D. You better know it, Silent D. That's what this is all about. Let's see. Every year, refugee agencies find a refugee. Okay. Every year, refugee agencies. Damn, pop up. Writers up. Agencies find housing or apartments for refugees to live once they're admitted into the United States. It's a cumbersome process that often happens months before refugees arrive, but the frenzied evacuation of Afghans from Afghanistan has turned the process on its head, with agencies trying to find housing for refugees who are already in the U.S. with limited funds. In the first two paragraphs, we are talking about finance. I mean, y'all don't understand. See, just like I said when the other day when I was playing you the video, Joe Biden talking about Hispanic Heritage Month, he was also talking about involving them and making sure they were part of the economic equity plan. He didn't say nothing about black folk. And here we go now. They're working in that equity plan for 53,000 Afghan refugees to whom never been vetted, who some have shown up on terrorist watch lists, from a place to where we have been fighting for the last 20 years. Bring them on home. Boy, America, gotta love it. We're expected as a resettlement agency to do the work over the next 3 to 4 months than we did over 4 years, said Jenny Yang. Damn, this just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Jenny Yang. Oh, well, I wonder where that name originates from. Senior Vice President of Advocacy and Policy at World Relief. All these agents, all of these places where you see all of these different functioning bodies that always have to do with finance and stuff, notice how there's never, and I do mean never, a foundational Black American around any program like that. Senior Vice President, they will always be an immigrant. It's a foolproof plan, family. This is why when I understand I understand where the heart of Pan-Africanism is. I do get that, but at the same token, I understand, when that has to be a two-way street. And right now we have not seen anything but things taken from us as foundational Black Americans. Any type of energy that we put out always has to be co-opted. But when other people do things for themselves, then that's cool. All we're saying is right now as foundational Black Americans, we get a chance to focus on us that way. That's not excluding anyone from being involved as individuals. It would exclude you from our birthright. Of course it would. But what's wrong with that? If you have a problem with exclusion from our birthright, then that's because you have a mind of a damn thief. Because what the hell do our ancestors have to do with yours? Well, we all came back. Yeah, that's cool. You could go all the way back to the motherland with it. What the hell that got to do with the price owed and the debt owed to us? The price paid by our ancestors and the debt owed to their offspring, which is us. How does that connect to anything else? That's not being hateful. That's definitely not us being a cult. And here's another thing I would like to clarify about the foundational Black American. There is no chapter of FBA because FBA is nothing more than a lineage for all who continue to misrepresent what FBA is. Then you are just a liar because you've been told repetitively that it's just about lineage. Well, you're having a conference. Well, if I said we're going to have 5 on the black hand side conference, then what is 5 on the black hand side? Man, he going to use a fist, but then he going to say 5 on the... So you will find something wrong with anything. You know why? Because it got a black face on it. And you have not been unconditioned or reprogrammed to not hate yourself. I mean, hell. One would have to ask the question. For a person who has these big wispy eyelashes and whatnot and a long weave, do you feel comfortable with what you're seeing every day? And more importantly, do you feel comfortable with the man that you would want to spend the rest of your life with seeing you in that state? If the answer is no, it's definitely not because you're not naturally attractive enough. So the question is, why don't you see yourself as such? You dig it? It's because of this dirty, low down, devilish demon society that we part of. And that has definitely sat up there and, consumed everything that it's touched. We ain't the only victims of this devil. We the number one victims of everyone else because, see, once the devil beat everybody else down, then he said, look here. Now, I done got you whipped, but you know what'd be so much worse? Them niggas over there started getting in power. Now you have black folks over here to be talking down about black folks loving on black folks stuff. How the hell does that make any sense? It makes sense because people hate themselves. And oftentimes, we see aspects of it. Oh, you know what? That's not there. Let me show. Where's this at? Let me pull this up for y'all. Because we have something bad. I mean, there's a lot of bad conditioning that goes on that we have had and we have ingested. We just gotta straight up do away with it. Because the energy and the smoke that we got for one another, man, if we put that energy to somewhere else, my Lord. But see, that's when the fear come in at. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, come on now. He talking crazy. I mean, you know what these people do to us, man? I mean, good Lord. Like I said, you don't want to be Kizzy's man from, you don't want to be Kizzy man from Roots. Dominique Devereaux, what's going on? Yeah, you done made it. See, like I said, I can get more of the family off. I've been here on a good Friday night. Also got and see, here's the cool thing about the new black media space. There's a few of us on right now, and some of us even share moderators. Here's the cool thing. You can take your pick and choice of who's on right now and support black media. Not just one here, not just one there. We literally got Friday night on lock right now. How about that? Putting foots to asses over here in this new black media space. Like I said, it ain't just about one person. It is about the whole movement and the octopus. One mind, many arms. One mind, many arms. Putting foot to asses. So, shout out to Jason Black and Lisa Cabrera. Great individuals in this space. Keeping it what it needs to be. Real truthful and real honest. The more we can have our real truth speakers and our individuals who really truly represent us highlighted and appreciated, you know what I mean? That's all good for me, baby. You know what I mean? Let me get these videos up here. Come on, man. There we go. So let me put this up here for you. So this is one of our good elders. This individual. Before I play him, you will know this individual from Hidden Colors. And one thing I would like for y'all to understand. With people who do say a lot, and I'll say this about Tariq Nasheed, a lot of people call him a hustler, and they say this and that. All I can say is he's delivered on his product. and you probably wouldn't know who the scholars were had he not thought to present them in front of you. To which I see most of you who do talk about the man negatively post. One of the most oddest things about this whole thing is how you kind of separate him from Francis Cress Wilson. So you, Francis, okay. I guess you really don't understand what you're talking about then if that's the case. Number one, he brought her in front of you. Do you know who paid for her funeral? He did. Tamir Rice, you want to know who paid for his funeral? He did. So, I mean, when we call people certain things, just because you don't see what a person does and the person ain't bragging on it, if a person's been in the show business from 2005, I'm not going to be questioning how they make their money in 2021. That's just stupid. Person been around Hollywood for 20 damn years and you up here thinking that they got to take YouTube money? Come on, man. Y'all don't say that about Corey Holcomb. Both of them was on Ustream. And so, shout out to Kaba Company because we do have some things, deep things we need to get out of our way. And one of the things we need to eliminate is some of the parts of ourselves.
Black folk tell that story about crabs in the basket, about how when a crab is ready to get up out of the basket, out of its imprisonment, another crab will pull it down. And if that crab tries to get out, another crab will pull it down. And that's what they say about, well, that's the proverb, where they talk about black folk being crabs in a basket. But there's a second part to this story. And that second part of the story is, take that basket of crabs and return them back to the water where they came from. And crabs actually help each other survive when they're in the water, when they're in their natural environment. Crabs will stack on top of each other and eat from the food that's on the top near the water. They'll go from the bottom of the ocean or water up until the top, and the one on top will eat. And then when the one on top has eaten enough, it comes down and then it lifts the group back up so that the next one eats. Then that second one will go down and push the group up so that the third one will eat. So the point of my story is we shouldn't be surprised when we sometimes conduct ourselves inappropriately, because, quite frankly, if you were to return us back to our natural environment where we came from, we actually would help each other. And so it is only natural for a natural being to act unnatural when they are removed from their natural environment, put in an unnatural environment. It is very natural to act unnatural when you're in an unnatural environment. So we have to return ourselves back to our own culture, back to our own water. Okay?
You know, returning back to your own culture. And see, that's what I'm saying. One of the first things that people don't like to admit is that, you know, this devil has kicked our ass. We don't like to admit that because, you know, it's like one thing that you're holding on to is this mental picture of missing. Like, no, you're defeated if you're a black person in America right now. The whole planet is defeated by the control of white supremacy. They understand keeping you down, and out and away from your element. Keep in mind, black folks, and this is where the foundational Black America Act actually comes into play here. And this Pan-African talk that people have so much to say. Let me tell you something, man. We may not be in our homeland originally. You know, we still predate the people who you say's land it belongs to now. You would never hear us say that because we know better. See, that's the difference between us and colonized minds. So someone would say, because I would resist what someone would tell me that's not in my best interest, somehow I'm hating or against someone else. No, I'm just for my group. And my group is foundational Black Americans who have suffered under this wicked system for quite some time, and to whom I wish to see liberated from it. Now, if you guys followed our lead, as you do in every other thing, maybe this thing would work for you. But here's the one thing that I'm going to focus on. Us first. Everything else secondary. Y'all got that code? Now, one thing I want y'all to look at for all of these other little groups, black folk, especially out here in these YouTube streets, look at what they don't do. All of these people knew Harvey Weinstein was doing all of this for all of these years. When it's not time to come out and talk on someone, even if they are doing wrong, I'm not saying I condone that, but I'm just pointing out the fact that they absolutely stay on code. Now, personally, they ain't going to like each other. But see, here's the one thing they understand. Maintaining the chain of unity is maintaining power. That's why every black person is so hell-bent on destroying unity in the name of unity. If my people could only humble themselves, and somehow if somebody told you that was you, you would say, nah, I can't believe it. And literally be a walking example of stiff-necked. But that still ain't you. If God himself came out the sky and slapped you in the face with a Bible, you would say it wasn't so. But anything that they tell you is law. Gospel. How many family members do we got to just hang on every word that these people talking? You know, and you know, what be so funny too is, you know, you got these people out here like, man, you over here that we can't do nothing like the white man. We can't be like the white man. We can't be like the white man. Here's something that you might want to adopt from the white man. White man know not to talk shit about another white man in front of company. See how that work? They don't talk in front of outsiders. See, that's how I was raised. We don't talk family business in front of outsiders. You know, you would never have an idea of the conversation I'm gonna have with somebody if you don't belong in that realm of conversation. I don't need you to hear nothing. That's that insecureness. Don't be so insecure that you feel you got something to prove. That's how somebody can play you. Okay, I'm giving some of y'all, because some of y'all ain't had no big homies. So I'm gonna give you some game real quick. If somebody knows you're insecure, then you've already lost. Did you hear what I said? If someone knows you're insecure, you've already lost. Fellas, I was in my good sister Six the Goddess's chat the other day. Every last man that called up to that my sister over there, and I know when sisters got daddies, because it was some men with some game around, because she was able to catch what I was catching immediately. Very first thing that these dudes would say, well, I'm not one of them simps, but you know, every time I spend money on the woman and she ain't acting right. Okay, I know some of y'all are in the day and age of Lil Wayne where they got to saying, it ain't tricking if you got it. I hope a Jim sisters still know that's tricking. So, yeah, you're being tricked, fam. But, yeah, you know, so just listening to these dudes, every last one of them called in doing this, too. Yeah, I'm not a simp, you know, I don't really do that. But every time I try to spend money on this woman, and then there was one grown man. He said he was 32, she was 32, and they only dry humped. And she was telling him that she was not having sex till marriage. Me and my wife just listened. Oh my God, dude. Y'all need some big homies in y'all life to give you some game, man. Because the first thing out your mouth is, I spent money on her. Now, listen, as a man worth your salt, of course you spent money on her, player. This is what the boss is, man. So, hey, you know, let's go out here. I'm going to take you, and don't take no woman to no damn Applebee's. Take her to somewhere where if this is really like the woman you really trying to get with, that menu needs to have a la carte. And you got steak here, ain't no sides with it, and don't come as a meal. That's where you need to be going. Or over to the hibachi spot. Y'all can go do that, but that'll be a little loud. So, you know, if you really want to go get that time in, or if y'all in it, man, right now probably ain't the best time to go run up into the kabuki spot. But if you still spending money over there with the Japanese, you can do that. Go get you one of them booths, some Japanese booths. Get you some privacy for conversation. Because, I mean, trust me, brothers, your conversation will go further than all of that slick player talk. Tell them to try Jesus, not you. You know? But my point being, when you have insecurity, people know how to play on that. And I was watching the old episode of The Jeffersons last night, and it was the first season of where, for those who are familiar with The Jeffersons, Jenny, which is she's if you looked at her, she's a black woman clearly, but she's supposed to be mixed with a white father and a black mother. Well, they also have a son who's the brother. Now, she looks black, he looks white. And they did a whole show about how she basically was jealous of him because she's like, why him? Because he has it easier, right? So she was also mad at him that he could also pass. And so he could go out and go overseas and go to like France and Spain and go live as a white man. So they did a little bit of, they touched on it a little bit, but they really didn't get down. Only person who really kept it real was George Jefferson, who basically was like, yeah, you know, here you are coming back after being out there living as a white man. You know what I'm saying? But that jealousy, that insecure thing, when they got down to it, and the siblings are talking, you know, the white brother, well, the white looking brother tells Jenny, like, just come out and tell the truth. You've always been jealous. And there are black folks that have definitely been jealous of white people, and they know that, so they'll play on that. I've never been one of those, so that doesn't really. But the energy, I guess, they also can feel like that ain't really my flavor. However, they know those people who are in that spiritual or mental space to where they hang on everything these people say, because they believe if I just prove myself enough, then they'll treat me like all the rest and I'll be normal. Like being black isn't being normal. Nah, I can't subscribe to that. I love this. You know what I mean? I love this. Why would I change this? For what? However, we do have a lot of people that put themselves in these predicaments. But with that being said, I just want y'all to see the type of people that you could possibly be tying yourself to. And check this out.
California State Board of Equalization.
Okay, so who are you looking for?
Do you own this property? Are you the owner?
Are you looking for?
I'm looking for the owner of the property.
Well, then I'm pretty sure if you're the tax fraud investigator for the state of California that you'll know how to find a property owner.
Well, if you're not the tenant on the lease, then I'm going to have the police out here and have you removed in 2 days. You understand?
You're funny.
Are you laughing at me?
You look like you're on drugs.
Unless you, looks like you're on drugs.
Well, you're being recorded,
So
I hope that you're representing.
It doesn't matter.
You will be recorded. So you're.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
We'll see what the police say.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're. Well, this house looks like it's got issues.
You look like you have issues.
And there's no.
Some bitch at my
Okay. Oh, some bitch at your door. You got squatters here at this property, and I'm going to prove to the police that you don't own it. Okay.
You're a squatter. You're on my property. Get off of it.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to have you removed from this property in 2 seconds, and I've got your phone number out here and your son's card, and I'm going to make sure that he's doing no construction without a license.
Handle your business, bitch.
Handle your business, bitch, because this house looks like shit.
You look like shit. Go take a shower.
You got spider webs in your lawn.
You had spider webs in your crotch.
You know what? Go back to doing your drugs and squat on houses that you can't afford, lady, because you're going to be gone.
Okay, come back when I'm there and we'll see what you have to say for yourself.
Just the most typically racist talking points. Y'all remember the dude from a few months back? Like, hey, I paid for my house. You sure you paid for yours? All this, I paid for mine. See, this is the thing. They are running out of insecure Negroes. So now they don't know what to do. So, you know, it kind of sounds like this woman might have been Hispanic at the house. So, you know, these people, like I keep telling you, they know who to pick. And they know that them Hispanic folks are not bucking. They could be born. I was like, well, shit, you an American citizen. What you afraid of? You better slap the hell out that woman and get her out your face. Oh, no, I don't want any problems. Whatever. You an American damn citizen and still up here cowering to these people. Man, if you can get your ass away from me, we're like each other. No, we ain't got nothing in common. We ain't got nothing in common. Black Gravity, what's going on, brother? Black Gravity, man. Hey, now last week, I think I might have mentioned this on my broadcast because I was trying to find the information. Now I know why I wasn't able to find it. The local news wasn't broadcasting the story about Barry Washington. Did you hear anything about Barry Washington until like before today, Black Gravity, in local news? Because, man, I went looking, and do you know? I heard what they did here in Portland, and this is my last story. So before I get into this, let's play one more break because we finna go upside these folks' head. No, just today on Twitter. Okay, are y'all understanding what I'm talking about right now? Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur did a whole video this morning about something in our state that they were. It's a media blackout in my city. So where the epicenter of all of us black folks is, myself included. It's a media blackout here. So let's run this real quick, and then we finna get on Oregon and they racist ass tops here in our local media, shall we? Again, thank you for tuning into the weekly wrap up here at the Beatzilla PDX official show. Please like, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and also forward this channel to loved ones, friends, and acquaintances that are of a like mind and want some good content of a more enlightened nature, speaking the truth to power. So make sure that you forward this broadcast on to them, and the more the merrier over here, you dig? The weekly wrap up. We will be right back.
Tick faster, that'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or either one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
That line is a killer. Yeah, so let's see. We'll see where I'm at here. Oh yeah, we're not gone, Louise. No. That's just an intermission. We ain't gone yet. We ain't done. We are not done. I gotta talk about this situation here in my city, that they have made sure that all of us black folks in Portland, Oregon did not know that this suspected white supremacist murdered one of our brothers down in Bend, Oregon. For those of y'all who don't know, Bend, Oregon is like central to southern Oregon. Oregon being a huge ass state, I'm all the way north. So I'm at the border of Washington. So that's where we are as Portland. So there is local news in Central Oregon, true indeed. However, a story like this, they only told us the day that it happened, which was on the 19th. We got something early morning news saying there was a shooting outside of a club. They had this dude in custody, which they never mentioned his name, which they're still not putting his name in the titles of these things. Be safe, my people. Yes, fight back when it's called for. And, out there in Bend is absolute Klan country. Remember, I've told you, family, we live in Portland, Oregon, which is the epicenter of black folks in the state. As soon as you leave out of this I-5 corridor, it gets like what you see on the screen. And that's no joke. That's no joke. This place is liberal as they want to act, ain't as liberal as they want to be. So for those, like, you would never catch me in Bend, Oregon. I wouldn't be in Bend for nothing. I don't have business in Bend. Like, so when I see a black person in Bend, number one is like, okay, well, where are you from? Because most people from Portland are not trying to go to Bend. We don't even like driving through Bend. You got to go to California. You got to go to Texas. Like, I got to go see family. I got to drive down to Mississippi. I got to drive down to Louisiana. I'm driving down to Arkansas. Boy, these people drive all around Central Oregon to not have to drive through Bend, Oregon. He's going through the Rocky Mountains. He's going out through the grapevine, going through California, cutting over. We ain't fooling with that. Man, let me tell you something, man. On your way out of the state of Oregon going into Idaho, there's a nice big casino out there. That's cool. But there's also this other little place that's called the Redneck Cafe. And the billboard, to how you could first notice it, there's big giant red letters that said Redneck Cafe. But right above that, is a building-sized Confederate flag with the gas station down the street, which is the only gas station this side of Idaho. So if you're about to run out of gas, if you leaving Idaho, you're stopping at the Redneck Cafe regardless. That's Oregon. So let's get into this damn story. Now, I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't know that about Oregon. It's like, man, this place is racist as hell. That's why I call it the University of White Supremacy. I ain't playing. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I ain't playing. I call this place the University of White Supremacy for a reason. Black Gravity can tell you. We from this place. Man, you can't get a better education than what we up against from living other than living here, man. You tell you. I'm talking about from elementary school. Oh shit, before elementary school, really? I mean, man, you gonna get called the N-word. I got called the N-word in kindergarten here, man. I actually heard it before then. But when it was actually technically directed at me, I was 5 years old, kindergarten. You know, and then, you know, in elementary school, hey, my dad told me I can't be friends with you because you're a nigger. Man, you better know it. Oh, and then the other thing like from Mandingo. These are things that like you would hear people say, like, you know, if you rub a little jigaboo's head, man, you know, like it's good luck. That's where the whole rabbit foot thing come from. It's actually based off of black folks' hair. Like that's why they would call some black folks cottontails. Cottontails. So some of us were having hair. So that's what they would call us, cottontails. Means you Native American foundational black Americans who we have reclassified as Negro. So much so that like people you get down to like in my generation, are you mixed? No, dum-dum. Oh, man. Well, you know, my grandfather was born on in a Cherokee reservation hospital. Well, man, you should be getting paid money. Yeah, you know what? But see, here's how filthy these people are. You know this kid has a Cherokee mother. Boy, that Whitmore nigga daddy, boy, no, sorry. This kid is a Negro. We a whole line that don't get our due. And then on top of that, Philip Morris, I mean, man, my family been tired of so much stuff that done made this country money, it ain't funny. That's one of the reasons why, you know, they don't like certain people speaking. But, I mean, there's a lot of us black folks here. We have more family than we know. Do y'all know I'm still figuring out some of my childhood friends is actually my cousins? Like, one of my best friends I just found out this year is my cousin. And he passed in 2018. So, shout out Star Child, man. Idris O'Farrell. Come to find out, we cousins, man. And I'm talking about kicking it tight, man. This is my partner. And then just so happens, my cousin on our family group in Facebook is like, hey, do you know, does anybody know Debbie and such and such? I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm trying to find out. I'm not sure if this is our relative. Boy, this place smaller than you think, man. And then, just this week, my only other person on melanated people from here. The only other person I got from here, from my city, that's on melanated people, just so happened to post something in our family group. I was like, damn, I've been knowing you since I was 11 years old. So since 6th grade, you mean to tell me we've been kidding all this time? It's like, yep. It's like, wow. So I'm literally finding out, like, my actual friends and partners that I'm cool with are literally related. So it was just a bunch of cousins kicking it as kids. Have the paperwork to prove it. Yes. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, that's so crazy. These people literally would, if it was a mixed child born in a reservation hospital, these folks was making sure they took that baby's rights away. So, I mean, yeah, understand, this is who we dealing with. So, okay, as an individual who says, I don't trust certain people when they say certain things to me, doesn't it make sense? I don't have to look at no Tuskegee. I can look at my own family and be like, nah, we ain't fooling with you. So, let me put this on the screen for y'all. You know, let me first show you something. This dude's name was it? Yeah, okay. Come on now. They went through great lengths to hide. Number one, they're going through great lengths to hide this dude's identity. So let me show you. I just want to show you how they've been reporting it. So, you know, let me address this part right now. Because these people some devils, man. And then on top of that, be like, you guys don't have any respect for this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Y'all children finna turn around and go put on a damn badge. And I want your kids around my kids with guns and badges talking about respect the law? Ain't you bitching? Oh, so okay, so this is the first time. Man, these people are a trip. So for the first time, they decided to put his name in an article. Before I went live, I went and searched in this very same thing. Now here's 23 hours ago. This didn't even pop up. So Ian Cranston arraigned on second-degree murder and other charges in shooting of Barry Washington. That's KTVZ. And that's Revolt TV. See the national coverage there? Here, Barry Washington. Now notice, let me just show you that. This up here is the only thing with his name in it. That's Ian Cranston. That's the bastard on the thumbnail that killed this brother. See how they wording it? OPB News, Source Weekly, The Bulletin, Oregon Live, Yahoo News, The Bend Bulletin, local news. See Jackson Hole. That's when you seen there's our station. But look at what they're talking about. They ain't talking nothing about this. So notice in Portland, Oregon. Look at that. See, this is what's going on here. Let's see. And so here, Ben, they hid it in this. This is 10 hours ago. So now that it's becoming news, they're like, okay, man, let's kind of like sneak out these articles. Now, I've been watching y'all because I was looking for this when I first heard it the morning it happened. So this is what happened, y'all. Let me tell you something. The level of devilry is just off the charts with what they did here. So what they did is they had a news story on the news, in the morning news. We up there having our coffee and whatnot, getting up. And they mentioned this on the news. The way it sounded, I'm like, he's out on bail. On the weekend? Where does that happen? Like, he's literally out on bail on the weekend. Like, how? Well, he had and another question: $10,000 bill. He was able to cash out $10,000 Johnny on the spot, or did somebody come and pay his bill to where he didn't have to even see a judge? But nonetheless, for a whole murder or death, a gun death against a unarmed black man, they did arrest him, but he doesn't have any hate crime charges either. And it said that he was using racial epithets, and it's been said that that's happened. They need to cover the story so that, and if you've noticed it, they're trying to, what they wanted is to make sure us black folks from Portland didn't come down the bend. That's what they did. That's why we're not hearing about this. Is they purposely went out of their way to keep it out of our media here. That's how evil these people are. And so you covering up a anti-black crime here. And they saying that this dude, so Barry Washington Jr. is at a bar, supposedly what they're saying is he was trying to pop at this girl, this white girl who, well, it's Bend, Oregon. There's only white girls at the club. I mean, excuse me, Buck. Okay, there is something here. Let me play this for y'all. You see what's something else? $10,000 bill. No, what they said was he paid. You know, great point, Black Gravity. Because you know what? They might have been playing word games with that. So he might have got a $10,000 bill. You know what? I did not think of that. Cash, $1,000. I got that on a bail reduction for shooting a white supremacist in the leg. This white boy killed somebody at a damn club. Unarmed. I mean, shoot, I didn't shoot anybody unarmed. That's the other part. It doesn't matter. It does not matter out here. You understand where I live? You're too clean. Gotta dirty him up. They don't like letting black men go unscathed. We appear too clean and likable. You know what I'm saying? People might start listening to us. You think they want somebody like me being out here like, hey man, you defend yourself and you'll be all right. Defend yourself. You might have to go sit down for it. But trust me, you'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror that you ain't no bitch. And at the end of the day, you ain't finna let nobody just run up on you and try to take your life, man. No matter how they try to frame it.
At a downtown Bend news conference tonight, Deschutes County DA John Hummel announced a grand jury indicted Ian Cranston on second-degree murder and other charges in the recent downtown Bend fatal shooting. 22-year-old Barry Washington Jr. was fatally shot in the early morning hours of September 19th. Cranston's being charged with murder in the second degree, first and second degree manslaughter, assault in the first degree, and 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon. Hummel says he spoke with Barry Washington's mother minutes before announcing the charges.
A few minutes before I walked down here, I was on the phone with Barry's mother, LaWanda Robinson. I informed LaWanda of the decision made by the grand jury. I expressed my condolences to her and her family as they continue to grieve the loss of Barry. Based on what I told her, she thanked God. That's what she said to me. Thank God. There's a reckoning with race that needs to happen in Central Oregon. And it needs to happen now. To the hundreds of people who have been advocating on behalf of Barry and his family, thank you. Keep it up. I see you and I respect you. Our community needs you. Know this, justice will be done in this case.
Cranston's now being held without bail at the Deschutes County Jail until his court appearance tomorrow afternoon. To read more of Hummel's full statement and his answers to our questions tonight, go to our website, ktvz.com, for the web version of this story.
So, notice how, like, well, in this state, I mean, right now we're still hearing about this missing white woman. That's news here. Why ain't this news? Now I did catch somebody from them earlier. So let me, you know what? So this is a clip of the incident. I'm not necessarily going to play it. I'm going to play the audio. But this is the brother that was just murdered. Let's just call it what it is. So this is the brother here, Barry Washington Jr., who had an unfortunate incident with suspected white supremacist Ian Cranston, or whatever the hell his name is. I got to get his name correct. But let me see. What's that? What's this devil's name? Ian Cranston. Ian Cranston. Oh, so let me go ahead and play this so you can hear the sound of, and the family, I want you to know something. Because there's people who deal with me and be like, man, you can't have this attitude about them. I live in Oregon. You ain't getting a better understanding of these people than being here. Trust me. So what you're fitting to hear from the individuals around this incident, even after you hear the gunshot, listen to how nonchalant they are about this black man's life. This ain't new for me. This ain't new for me one bit. I hope y'all understand why I go so heavy and so hard about it, because this right here is what y'all need to know is normal.
Say hello. Say hello.
Number one, now this is the excuse of this woman to say he initially was approaching her to talk to her. Now this same girl is whose voice you hear now trying with her camera phone in his face. That energy doesn't necessarily seem like he was attracted to her or there was any situation of attraction at all. This sounds like an evening of aggravation.
Say hello. Say hello. Touch me. Get the
Did you catch the little gay slur?
touch me.
Did you hear that? Not only is, so the story is him approaching this white woman for dating. Somehow, Ian is looking at this man as a D-licker. Well, doesn't that sound like he's insinuating that this man is a homosexual? Yeah, am I missing something? I mean, well, let's continue.
Get the
Listen to your co-workers. Yeah, I seen the video in the chat. I saw that earlier.
Hit me.
He hit me.
The guy on the ground. Hit you in the face. Yeah, he pushed me back and then hit my boyfriend.
Family, I want you to understand what I know, what I've long known. You hear how nonchalant and how what does this tell you? Usually, when you hear gunshots, you hear screaming, right? And, but see, look at how natural it was that this black man gets shot and there's no emotion. That's not one person. That's a whole crowd. A whole crowd. And then our media in this particular state is looking, because you know why? Because it's not just about this racist bastard killing this brother, but it's also about these demonic individuals who are the face of rural white America. Matter of fact, the ones who stormed the Capitol, hashtag never forget January 6th, these are those individuals. How about that? You know, devils. And so when we speak truth to power over here, a lot of people will get in their feelings because, you know, they've never heard it all. And I get it. I do get it. And I want to play that update because there's two other things I want to do. So yes, this crap, piece of crap, Ian Cranston, he has been charged. They had to upgrade his charges because, see, this is what they were doing with this family. So thanks to whoever was down there and caught wind of that Ben media, whoever you are, props to you. Because it's a media blackout in the Northwest. From Central Oregon on up, there's a media blackout on this story until whoever made them get off the media blackout today or like last night. So whoever you are out there, thank you. Because trust me, you would have heard this on my broadcast. I was trying to find this story. It was like I couldn't find anything. I heard it and I was like, wait a minute. That's a white man. So I was trying to find a name because it happened real quick. It's like, yeah, killing him, and it didn't really mention any names. So today is the first time I heard that brother's name. Barry Washington Jr. And we heard about this killing on the 19th. I heard his name for the first time today. This is how wicked these people are and complicit to our demise they are. Do you see how deep that is? A media blackout to make sure that we don't hear that one of ours is getting harmed. So it's more important to hide a hate crime than for us to be informed that, well, they did it again. If that ain't trying to preserve white supremacy, what is? You right about that. We are at war. People are, man, it's going to start a waste war. If you don't see what this is, you in it right now. And they ain't pulling no punches. They ain't pulling no punches whatsoever. And we have to understand the level of callous. Okay, so mind you, those same people that were right there and you hearing them, I want you to put in perspective the crying white woman thing. Who remembers that? Those crying white women? Turn it off. And so now people are finally starting to, it sounds like Emmett Till. Whoa, how is something like this happening now? Well, it's funny. You see, this whole argument against critical race theory is just blowing. It's imploding. Because, well, you're going to make our kids feel like, they're just naturally racist. Well, hell, you just heard what we heard. Your children are inherently racist. I mean, we go down the length and maybe even add in psychotic and psychopaths. I mean, because when we're doing things like that, and we're hiding information from a whole community, because that's what this is. So they wanted to basically have their hand-picked representatives speak for a reconciliation of a reconciliation of Central Oregon. The interesting part about that is I did a broadcast earlier this year about the Lash Laws. I did it at my Black History Month broadcast, talking about Black history of Oregon and the history of slavery and the Lash Laws in this state. And I told y'all about sundown towns, hard hat towns, which Bend being one, they are naturally racist. And that's a typical trait of a Shemitic Edomite. Telling y'all better start using that term. They can't call you nothing. They are. I'm gonna give you your Shemitic title, but you're a Shemitic Edomite, and your hatred for us is perpetual. And it shows. But this is just, like I said, keep an eye on this state. Because this is the 33rd state of the Union. So in this Masonic-driven environment, Oregon holds such a dear, dear, dear spot and space for them. One of the major reasons, if you have, and here's one of the keys that a lot of people never understood. If you take 3 plus 3, what do you have? If you look up in Google the Demon 6, Slick Ricky, I'll tell you who he is. I ain't telling you nothing that they don't know. But I am telling you something that you might never heard before. But if you don't take my word for it, Google it. And see who they say that is. And then wonder why 33 is so important to these people, to whom some conspiracy theorists may say may happen to serve the same person that represents that name and number. Go figure. You know, that those chessboard floors. You know, everything has a purpose and a function. And sometimes, you know, things run longer. You know, if you take 3 and you add another 3, you got 6. Let's just walk with me for a moment, because these are things that I know nobody points out. But since I'm an asshole, I'll do that for you. So, number 1, Michael Jordan. You know, some people will say in the realm of soul selling that, you know, this Slick Ricky, or Six, shall we say, or maybe sometimes he's been known to be called Legion, if you believe in this sort of thing. But if you believe that people can sell their soul to the devil, well, then you have a representative with a name. Azazel. You can go on. Beelzebub. I mean, the names, the list go on. Barack Obama. So, what you have is a person that can, or a being, representing a number, and these people follow the instructions. If you look at what's coming out of them and what they say, RG3 Fitness told me earlier today, you can always tell a tree by the fruit. Well, and then you have a pyramid, chessboard. Seems like I have all the tools. Oh, and then a compass. Damn, I got all the tools for domination. I have the wisdom. I control the land. And I control the knowledge. Damn, am I dropping secrets? I'm just giving you a breakdown of what the shit they teach. Which, you know, is not, a lot of this, what I'm saying, is semi-common knowledge. But I mean, you know, for some of us, we ought to be around a lot of this. So everything that, like, I had somebody, because I had a singing group back in the day, back in the 90s, and one of my group members' mothers would always ask about certain things. So it's like, hey, if you're standing like this, why are your hands folded this way? Why are you there? Hey, we can't be doing. A lot of stuff was looked at, so I had to be aware of what I was seeing. So a lot is, you know, there's symbolism in a lot of things, down to where how people hold their hands, down to, shoot, you could look at lapels, rings, all type of different stuff. You go into a person's house, go look at things you can see on TV. You'll see owls, you'll see obelisks, you know, you'll see all these different things. For a lot of people who are into Egyptology, you'll be, you know, you should definitely be able to recognize a lot of the background stuff in shows. Even, I mean, you can go all the way back to like black and white TV. Because this is not new. We are just coming into a situation, like I said, everything was built to run in its function, and sometimes functions come to a close. Like I just said, if you have these 3 things, one of the things having wisdom empowers you to do is you can anticipate what's coming down the pike. Because you have the foreknowledge, or the big picture scope in, you know, trying to make relative terms here. So you have an understanding of what could come down the pike. You also have an understanding of what you can control. Right? So with that being said, that entity always has to make sure they control any information that you receive. Make sense? Now, in our situation, some of us just have an uncanny act to, you know, like our music, soul music, funk music. Well, something about what's in that is now just coming to the forefront in our being. those things that were hidden in our music and in our poems and in our work and in our dance and in all of these other things that we could create are literally manifesting themselves into being a person, a being, not just talent, but a person. These are gifts that they can't give you. They can only exploit yours. So, if you can have these gifts that can manifest themselves and basically make a world move, how much more when you start operating on one accord with each other at a full functioning level? Because again, I keep going back. Remember, they had us in slavery and kicking our ass to dismantle our power, to dismantle our strength. And so all I'm saying now is that same thing that will have you pick up a pen and pad, write a rhyme, write a song, and go in the booth and record it, and it's a hit. That very same thing is, that energy is being channeled and focused in a lot of individuals right now in a manner to say, who are we? And what is this that we have in us that no one else seems to possess, but everybody else seems to want? How is it that we're on the bottom with that? Seems to me in all logic that we should be on the top with that. Then you'll get people that look like you and say, hey, don't be thinking like that. We don't want to be like them. Me getting what's due to me doesn't make me any more like them than them like me. What's due to me is what's due to me. I mean, everybody wants fairness until it comes down to black folks in America, right? I mean, in theory, just think about this. Do you know anybody else on the earth who is hated more than us? So if the people who hate us openly proclaim, hey, we're all down with Lucifer, well then who are we that we are opposed and a consistent attack from them? Who are we? And who do we belong to? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself now. And for those who are already feeling a connection to that, peace be unto you. Because faith is a gift. And, y'all better understand a little deeper. I think if people had a real understanding of what is in front of them, boy, y'all would be like children at Disneyland. But I will tell you this: you're gonna see a lot of destruction coming in before your face, though. That will happen. And it's already happening. You got North Korea over there testing missiles. You got you have eruptions, volcanoes going all over the damn world right now. People that. For me, one marker that I can obviously say for me is watching Polite's hassle right now. Just seeing how people who were in a space rose, because for me, I know Polite from before this, I know who he was before this big thing and people started following him. So, he was just making his name at the time. So, for me, seeing this, it's okay, it's a sign that some things have ran their course. Some things have ran their course. All right, Black Gravity. Y'all, man, take care, my brother. And you have a blessed weekend out here in these Portland streets. We're supposed to have a decent weekend this weekend. So it's going to be 70 degrees. Now, remember, we had a heat wave. We done went all the way back to raining. Oh, Lordy me. But let me show you this real quick. Let me get it ready for you first. Goodness. I already touched on R. Kelly this week, so I really won't worry about revisiting that because I said my little piece on that. Let me show you something though. This is something I posted last year. I guess somebody actually reminded me that I posted this last year. So thank you. Thank you for that. Let me see. Where's that window at? Okay, let me show y'all this. Yeah. So let me show y'all this. I posted this on my Twitter like last year about Bruce Beach. So this year, as of recent, Governor Newsom has given them the heirs to Bruce Beach, gave the land back. And of course, understand, family, like this is because of you. And like I said, they know that this energy is in you, and everything that you're touching right now comes with pressure. There is no going back to sleep for this group. And this generation is the generation of where, I mean, change is evident. We are literally watching the cookie crumble. And I love it. You know? But yeah, man, the whole Bruce Beach thing, man, that's like interesting. Something else. This little thing right here, and always understand when people get into the hassle of telling you what you should listen to and what you shouldn't. Oh, Lordy. Let me show you this. Let's go back in here. Okay, so y'all, you can't see that. It's already on the screen.
Some members of the media
use their platforms to push their own personal bias, and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Fortunately, some members of the media use their platforms
to push their own personal bias, and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Yeah. And also, this is a video that I've seen earlier.
So I have an update for you in the Ian Cranston case here. On September the 19th, Ian Cranston shot and killed an unarmed black man, 22-year-old Barry Washington Jr., after Barry Washington Jr. allegedly complimented his girlfriend. So yesterday, September the 30th, Cranston was indicted by a grand jury on second-degree murder charges and 5 other charges in connection with the shooting of Barry Washington Jr. Now pause and read, and you will see that according to the district attorney's office, Cranston faces charges of second-degree murder, first-degree murder, another second-degree murder charge, first-degree assault, and 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon. Now, pause and read. But Cranston was originally charged with just suspicion of second-degree murder, and he was released on a $10,000 bond, which he only had to pay 10% up front. But after the indictments on the upgraded charge, Mr. Cranston was immediately taken into police custody and is presently being held without bail until his court appearance today, October the 1st, at 1:30 p.m. You understand the assignment? So, the hearing is today at 1:30 p.m. If you understand the assignment, let's get on it. And I leave you with the words of Ella Baker from 1964.
Until the killing of black men, black mothers, sons become as important to the rest of the country as the killing of a white mother's son, we who believe in freedom cannot rest until this happens. And I will go further to even say, until the world, not this country, this world. Because everyone, see, there was a time when black folks did not want to look at the world as being complicit. I ain't one of those. I look at everyone, even the black countries too. They are not off the hook. Because see, here's the thing. You know all those other countries, when you're talking about being a Pan-Africanism or Pan-Africanism, all of those countries to which you want to relate to sit down at the UN. We ain't there. They looking for us? No, their leaders are right there with them white folk. They're not speaking on our behalf. What's wrong with you? That you would come at your own for a group of people who have the world stage and not say a damn thing about you. Unless, like I showed you the other day in my broadcast, it is to lead or allude to their own game while using our struggle in conversation while always meaning to never cut us in. That's a CARICOM thing. So let them reflect Pan-Africanism before we, the descendants of slaves over here in America, start looking at each other and other descendants of slaves from this country, foundational black Americans. Let's stop looking at us as any kind of enemy, because those people have the ear of the world and say nothing. So don't tell me about no Pan-Africanism, this and that, blah, blah. Shut up. Let them put their money where their mouth is. Ain't nobody came to rescue us. Ain't nobody even talking about how we getting done over here. It was the Chinese that had to chime in, not them. The Chinese check America, could check Joe Biden, but none of these so-called African leaders will. But we're supposed to toe the line and be the mules for every damn body. No, that time is over with. And if you can't understand it, well, I mean, man, go get you eBay or Sylvanus. Yeah, my mom used to date a dude, Sylvanus. This is back when I was young and she was still on the men's side. Yeah, she had a little African boyfriend, Sylvanus, who wanted to take her back. And these cats was coming over here banging Becky's and Keisha's. So, and then taking all of that information, going right back over to Africa with it. They wasn't coming over here to build in your communities. They came over here to get these loans that being black afforded them. So that's another thing. These loans that was specifically meant for black children, these immigrants came over here and got that, and then took that shit back to their country. Our hoods never saw it. So don't talk to me about no damn Pan-Africanism until they doing something different. We're the victims of everyone over here. How dare you put that on us? Y'all niggas be out here talking crazy. Man, your ABA is a cult and you hate Africans like hate your own mama. My family go back to Constantine Noble, son of a bitch. And that's neither here nor there. But I mean, good grief. I mean, yeah, Africa's the mother of civilization, but look at what you open yourself up for. You open yourself up for everyone to say we got parts. We not doing that. And if you can't handle it, get your ass on, man. But over here, you got to shut your ass up, man. Because we're not cutting any more people and no slices of the pie for us. No. You want something from us, you better bring something. This is what y'all haven't learned. Y'all been so learned to being hoes, tricks, just being used. and give everything. It's like either you the hoe or you the trick. Either way, you think that it's cool because somebody's giving you attention. They're in ownership. They're in leadership. They get all the benefits of your hard work and all of your mental energy. These people be all up here losing family members for the thought of this Klan-ass member, Joe Biden. I mean, think about it. You got black folks arguing over two racists. The hell is wrong with y'all? They checked their wall getting their protection. Right. In the meantime, you got to sit over here watching these Afghans come over here like it's nothing. And we've literally been at war with these people for 20 years. In front of, this generation. And, oh, you Haitians? Oh, no, y'all got to take y'all asses back, man. Good luck with that. Matter of fact, America, man, these are people getting killed down there in Ecuador. Man, we got to get these people up out of Ecuador. They in harm's way. But they not making provisions to send them people to Guantanamo Bay. They closer to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, no, bring them on. Come on. But every last one of you Negroes that brought your ass up here, you thought that you was finna come over here, Frenchie. Nah, because here's another thing, too. I don't think your people over here would really want you over here like that because, you know, they've been able to make a precedence about themselves. So some of these Haitian folks that's already over here have been able to make a name for themselves, and coming over here with all of that colonized coon and jazz, I don't know if they're too much going for that. They might run you up out of here them damn self. At the very least. All them Zoes and all that. I don't think they want you too many of y'all around, man. Pierre, you're going to get up out of here. I had a partner, man, who used to bring this dude by my house on his lunch breaks. And, man, yeah, sorry, Pierre, but, I mean, if you ever was to know why you never made a return visit to my house, is because I picked up on that coon vibe, and I told my partner, don't bring that nigga back over here. I'm telling you, you know, I can smell it on you, man. You know, it's just like, you know, you know what people be making them little slick coon-ass comments, and be like, who made you say that? I mean, you know how, I'm sure all y'all that have been around, you just be listening, be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see where you at. Okay. We all done been there. We black folks that, you know, we have seen a lot of these plantation children who like being on the plantation. You got some sweets, master? Give me a biscuit. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. So I hope, you know, that you have enjoyed this time here tonight. Yes, indeed. They seem solid at first, and then, bam, here come the slick comments. Ain't that the truth? Man, let my yay be yay and my no be no. And that's just it. I'm not arguing with nobody. My thing is I will defend. So if I'm arguing with somebody, it's because I'm in defense of one of y'all. And, you know, for some of y'all in my chat, y'all see how I get down. So if I see something that's suspect, I'm immediately going, I'm gonna check that. That's just how I am. You know, I was raised that way. There's certain stuff we just ain't gonna do. Matter of fact, I've taught my kids, there's something we say here in this family. We don't do that. That's why when we went to go see Black Panther, that shit was so hilarious. We don't do that here. Like, boy, that's a motto of our family. Another one I've taught, which, you know, I've always thought this way. Who are we? We the Whitmores. Who else is there other besides us? No one. Who gonna make something happen besides us? No one. man. And see, this type of attitude, it permeates throughout the whole community. Now you have a sense of community because it's like, damn, we all vibing on the same tip, and that's what we need. So I mean, I hope that y'all are really, really understanding. You know, he said switch face real quick. You know, I'm a happy man, but I defend mine, man. With the utmost fervency. Yeah, now I put trolls to death, man. Because, you know, again, think about it. You heard that audio I played for you. Living around them devils, do I not have all the ammunition I need for a damn troll? You can't even begin to step to me. You couldn't begin to step to me. So if I entertain you, it's just because, you know, I've just got time to waste and I'm having fun. And I just feel like being petty. So, you know. I mean, shoot, y'all saw this whole weirdo going a whole long-ass spiel on my post and whatnot. I sat back and didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. But, I mean, I dealt with it. And here's the thing. I'm not affected by what somebody puts on the post. So if you're affected by what I put on a tweet or Instagram or something that it, you know, don't follow that. One more thing is that's important is that you understand I own the right to my own opinion. You own the right to your own opinion. And it's all great. You know what I'm saying? Star was like FFBA. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure why my sister is feeling the way she's feeling. I don't know. I don't know what happened. She definitely still comes with very good and solid information. But right now she has a beef that I don't think has any value or merit. You haven't been done wrong by anybody in the Foundation of Black American, and you actually literally fool with us. So you know that it's not a damn cult or it's not an organization. So to keep framing something in a manner to which you already know ain't true, I don't know why that is, and I don't really care to speculate on why. I just, when I see stuff like that, and all of a sudden we're trying to put the onus on foundational Black Americans to be the mules for everybody because we're not like opening our hearts and floodgates to everybody who already spit in our face, something's wrong with us, I can't co-sign that. I can't co-sign that. We did nothing to these people to be treated and disrespected like that. So for us to be in that predicament, we never done anything to no one to deserve that. We've been just as much as the victims of you as you have. And we're more recent. So, I mean, you know, hey, man, it is what it is. Hopefully, you know, that sister works out whatever issues is there. And understand that nobody is at war with each other. If you are, you're at war with yourself. We're going to move forward. And it's not about a damn title. Are you part of this group? Regardless of what you need to call it, what you feel you need to call yourself, is there something inside of you that makes you align with the people to whom fool with you? If not, cool. But if so, figure out what your issue is here. But here's the thing. As a man, and as a man that understands the realm of leadership, I am not throwing anything away based on who you don't like. You better have some valuable merit. And for me, I understand women don't like people for reasons, and y'all typically stick with that. I just need y'all to understand, us men don't really operate like that. So if this man has not done something, or if this woman is not doing something detrimental, like this woman up north from me, who always speaks very detrimental about black men. You understand what I'm saying? Now, something like that, yes. And I don't speak much on her. But we see the stuff that she say could get black men killed. And we're not really going hard and heavy at her. Why? Because she's irrelevant. So somebody that's irrelevant to you should not be relevant enough to continuously keep making posts about. That looks very agent driven. And that's when I start looking at people funny. But let me tell you something. I see it all, and I get these messages, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt before, because there are people out here that people hit me up about, and they just want to go loose at you. And I'm like, well, maybe that might not be a good idea. So people at least trust my advice. You know what I'm saying? They come and ask me, hey, man, what you think about this? But trust me, when I'm approached, I have a whole screenshot reel like this. So if you hear from me, know that I've already known. So don't bullshit me when I'm addressing you, because I ain't coming half-cocked ever. So I just didn't come at you when I knew it. But trust me, I show up way too early for that shit. So, true story. And I'm about to head out. I'm going to tell you this story. One of the best things you can ever do is be patient. And if you are certain you are in the right about what you're right about, or just yourself. Because I had somebody come to me in a space to where I should have been celebrating my night along with other people involved with me. This is our night. It's our big night, right? You know, and something was said to me on that evening that to this person, I came off as I was doing everything I did for self. At this time. This is years ago. Fast forward. Because see, this is a person who I know has a very close relationship with someone else. So just to keep the peace, yeah, I was offended, but whatever. You know, I didn't take it like, it bothered me at the moment, but long time is like, yeah, long time, I think I'll leave this alone. Because I think this person know that they were probably a little intoxicated, so probably was a little more looser at the lips than they should have been with me. Because as this person is talking, I got a partner that I was in the midst of talking to who's literally standing there looking like this. So just to give you an idea of the type of shit he was saying to me, on like a night that's literally my night. Yeah. I didn't say anything. Fast forward 10 years down the line. I'm in the studio recording a song that I played for y'all. No, actually, no, I haven't played this song for y'all yet. It just came out. So there's another song by one of my best friends, Miss Arietta Ward, that just came out. I got to get that. So, you know, it's a good song, good funky song. Anyway, we're in the studio with my other partner, and you know, just hearing it. So, you know, something she said, and I guess it needed to be said in front of this particular individual. Because they had a view of me that I was, and a lot. I used to go through this a lot because people say confidence can be, it can be confused for conceited for a person who themselves is insecure. So this came off as, you know, she said, "Hey, this guy is the reason why I'm doing this." And, you know, inspired me to do music and whatnot. And Zilla's the one. What can I say? Is like enough can't be said about him. One thing I can say about him is he's the one that made everybody else believe they were better than everybody else. needless to say, the feeling, you can feel how see, this is the thing. Me never saying nothing means only one person has to feel awkward now. And that's the person that know what they did. I didn't never have to say it. It was never an issue. It was never anything but my patience about why I was doing what I was doing came to true fruition so many years later. Patience. Because you know how good it is now? I don't have to hear him talk too much now. Because he likes to talk. And I'm talking about good dude, good guy. But he does talk a little much. And if y'all know me, I don't like a lot of talking. Not in those spaces. Like, this is a space where, of course, I'm talking. But, man, and all that, nah. I don't have to be the star in the room, man. Shit, you might have to get me to speak. I'm comfortable being in the cat, man. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, patience, man. It doesn't always take an immediate reaction. And if you are true and through about who you are and what you believe and what you're doing is the right thing, you can stand on it. You don't even have to say nothing to them because what you're doing it for ain't got nothing to do with them. That's why you do it for what you really doing it for. Not no damn clout, not no damn anger, not that I'm a show these niggas, I'm a stunt. Don't do it for none of that. If you don't love the people and love why you doing what you doing, get out of here. Head for the exits. Head for the exits. So I can tell you, because you know what? You won't be alone. You will not be alone. You will have company, because Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Yes, indeed, y'all. This again has been the Beatzilla PDX official show. This has been the weekly wrap up. And before we go, you already know we got to hit you off with this break one more time before we leave. Hey, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready?
I remember your laugh when I was at my worst. Let me tell you, piece of scum, I'm supported from above. Your man.
Oh, damn, my bad. That was the wrong video. Here go the right one, y'all.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Oh, just having some fun, y'all. It is Friday evening. We are heading out of here. I hope y'all have a prosperous, blessed weekend. Safe, stay away from the devil and his antics. Hopefully everything will be avoided. You can make sure to follow me on Instagram, beatzillapdx, Twitter, beatzillapdx, Facebook, beatzillapdx, and on Patreon, beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And of course, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money up in the bucket, you can do so at CashApp, $beatzillapdx. That is CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And no, I do not use auto-tune because I don't need it because I got perfect pitch. Oh, Bring back conscious rap to mainstream. Dominique Devereaux. Ooh-wee. Could you imagine what that would sound like now? rock this funky joint. Jeez. Oh, man, you might make me turn on some music tonight. Good Lord. So, yes, indeed. So I thank you again, everybody that has been hanging out with me for this almost 3 hours. You know, we getting it in. I told you, thank y'all. Y'all, you know, I like the longer shows. So this is for the people. So you know, man, blessings be unto all y'all. All donates, all people who've donated and will donate in the future, peace, blessings, and power and protection be unto you. And, of course, you know how we do here at the Beatzilla PDX official show. We always like to give it to you the same way going out, because we want to make sure that you are holding on to who you are and possessing who you are and owning your environment. Because don't you let the devil tell you who your friends are. They are of the devil, so to hell with you. You dig? And with that being said, boy, oh boy, oh boy, y'all. Y'all lay in the bed tonight with your stone of truth. You'll feel better. Because, you know, you might even have to throw stones at the enemy in your sleep. The crafty devices of our enemy. But shall never, ever, ever prevail, because we are the winners in the end. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, right, right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.